Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Kubi Builds. That's right, it's been too long, and I'm excited to jump into it today. So, we are getting started. Right away, you may notice something. The chicken is no longer. Press F to pay respects. It was actually kind of a cool thing to add in the skyline. I'm a little sad that it's gone, not gonna lie, but I am happy that that spider got on and finished there. What the heck was that? I just heard a footstep. What the? Anyway, I am happy that spider did actually finish the roof, but I do kind of want to do something to commemorate the chicken because it actually was up for quite some time, a couple months. So I don't know, that'll be a future project. But today, what I want to work on is this right here. Also, I don't know if you noticed, we have many other people have come on and messed around with the gas. we got many of them floating around. There was more. Oh yeah, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. we got them all over the place. I love it. I love it. But anyway, if you guys haven't seen this before, whoa, dude, chill out. Hey, what? Why is he attracted to that so much? I think that's his workstation. I think this is his workstation, or whatever. Anyway, this is the blacksmith. And basically, kind of the idea behind this village was there's going to be buildings for each profession. So, over there, it was going to be for like tanners and I thought about clerics for a little bit, but clerics make more sense in the cathedral. Librarians in the library, obviously. We were gonna have like a food truck for like butchers and stuff, but I think I decided to put butchers in there too. And it was kind of like a tavern kind of thing. So, anyway, you get the idea. There was gonna be different roles for each profession, and mine was gonna be for armorer, toolsmith, those kind of roles would be here. And I made this. Maybe I'll pull up a picture of it. I made this based on a picture of like a mobile game I found, which I thought was kind of cool for a little bit because of future plans that I may be doing of a certain build theme. But now I'm like, the one thing I really don't like about it is its size. Like compared to everything else in this place, like it's just it's tiny, it's miniature, look at compared to even my own build, just compared to everything, it's so small. So that's the plan today, and I actually already did a little bit of work off camera. If I show you this is going to be the frame of the build here. I'm using Lightmatica here. And basically this first bit of the episode we're going to be working on the frame. And I've kind of based this one off of some concept art, which I will post on the screen right now. It's actually based on a Lego building, which is kind of cool, a Lego set. And yeah, I feel like this just fits the scale of the area a lot more. And yeah, and then of course we'll have like the forge here. And then my plan is, if we have some extra time today, my plan is to get a working redstone furnace in here. And nothing's too crazy, but just have a little bit of oh, I got something to smelt, I can throw it in here and make a little bit of extra functionality to the build, which is kind of my favorite part of these kind of big projects, is when you can add an actual reason to come here, not just for the villagers, but like an additional thing. So let's get started. I need some stone, and we're gonna frame this thing out, and then I'll talk to you guys about the build pilot. And just like that, we have the frame done. I'm actually really excited about this project. It's like the first time I've kind of framed out a build like this. I usually, my style of building is like digging into a mountain or digging underground, kind of like I have here, and making that, my main way of building, just doing like the walls and the floors. But this is actually making me step out of my comfort zone quite a bit, and I'm a big fan of it. I've been kind of pushing myself. I started, I did this. I did this, but this is a pretty simple shape. I am happy with how this turned out, but I wanted to really push myself here, and I'm excited with how it's coming along. So let me show you what I've cooked up here with the build palettes. I have, so this one's going to be for the foundation. In the actual picture, there's, obviously there's like a mixture. The main thing is like a light and a dark gray, which I think could be a mixture of stone brick, which I don't have regular stone bricks up here. Oops. But the regular stone bricks cracked. But then there's also a little bit of green. And I was thinking for the darker gray, one of these three. I'm kind of liking the cyan because it's dark, but it's not like super dark. It's not like black. So maybe one of these. We'll have to do some testing. And then there was something that kind of there's like a green, and then there's like a little bit of a pop of like this or the prismarine kind of color. So we'll do some experimenting. And then this is going to be for the next level up, the main level. And it's mainly it's like a whitish, like a light color look, and then some wooden posts. So I was thinking for the wood, a mixture of this, and then for the white, it'd be a mixture of. I actually really liked. I saw somebody else do a build, a medieval kind of build, using this bone block, which I thought was really cool. And I thought maybe I could mix these. I don't know. And then I saw another one that used sandstone. And then I noticed there's a couple like brick-like structures. So I was like, okay, I need like a white brick. I don't know. There's no white brick. So I did see end stone. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that color, but well, maybe. And then I saw there's like a little bit of yellow in there. So like, that's why I'm kind of going in this direction here. And then the bamboo, like this kind of looks like bricks, this bamboo. So I don't know. We'll have to do some testing here, but definitely I'm going to be using the bone block and the spruce. And then for the roof, I think I'm going to be using like pretty much all 5 of these, or at least 4 of them. It's kind of nice because I never really use the glazed terracotta for anything. To be honest, I do kind of find it a little ugly, like when people just throw it out. I don't know. It just seems like a creative item, like oh, my 10-year-old nephew, he goes into creative and he puts down a bunch of glazed terracotta. It's like I haven't really seen many builds where it actually looks good. And surprisingly, I keep complimenting Dream about it. And I was like, wow. I was like, that actually looks really cool. I think most people try to use it as the floor where it doesn't look too good. But like up top, I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this, and go watch this video too. I'll plug Dream a little bit more than I usually do. Yeah, I just find that really cool. So I think, with a little bit of touch, a little bit of accenting on the roof, I think it could look good. So yeah, that's the plan. These are the 3 levels. So let me do a little bit of work here, and I'll come back when we have this kind of first layer done. Grand reveal in 3, 2, 1. Here's the side. Here's the forge, part of the forge. Here's the back here. I like it. I like it. I like the green bits, like the mossy that goes into the solid green. And then here, I'll show you the inside as well. Here's the floor. Kind of just did the floor and the walls the same. Maybe I'll change that up later, but I kind of was just going with it. And then here's the inside here. I like these kind of patches of stone brick and then stone, and then mixes that. The only thing I don't really like on this side is the windows, obviously. But maybe we could like just have some shutters and then it looks better. So I tried mixing up the depth a little bit. Obviously we have like the window sticking out. We have a little bit of stairs and stuff going in here, and then the walls here. And then this has a couple different things. It needs to be done a little bit more. Like this, like here's a really flat, and this is okay. Here's like another little flat spot here. So something I can do to tweak this around would be good. Maybe just adding in a stair here. Just stuff like that to kind of help make it, a little more interesting. Like I'm really happy with this side. I think this side looks pretty cool. Anyway, on to the next level. Ba-da-dum-bum-ba. Second layer is now complete. I'm not gonna lie, this one took me a lot longer working out all the details. Um, obviously this is pretty mirrored, a couple of different with the patterns of the wall actually, but kind of mirrored. And then this one here, boom, 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 boom. There's a couple things I don't like. I don't like the vision's kind of blocked here. Not a fan of that. Added some logs in there. I'm experimenting with that. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a kind of like a place for logs or fuel. Maybe I put coal in there instead. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I kind of like the door, but other than that, I don't know. Here's this. I do like these. I worked a long time on these arches here. I think it's good. The window gave me some trouble. I don't like how it's off or it's up by 2, but you make sacrifices, people. You make sacrifices. And maybe that's what I'll end up doing with this one too, raising this up. We'll see. But for now, we are going to be working on that roof. One more thing, just a little preview. Here's kind of what the rooftop's going to look like. I'm going to mix in one more lighter color, which will probably be called copper or maybe prismarine. Up at the top, but it's gonna look something like this. And I thought this was kind of cool too. The glaze, it's kind of like arrows pointing you in. I tried doing some more glaze and it didn't really, I wasn't really vibing with it. So yeah, here's what it's looking like, and I'll see you guys in just a bit. And just like that, we got the build completed. Well, the exterior of it, at least. Yeah, I really like it. I like how it came out. I really like kind of the different blocks I chose for the roof. I kind of went with a different design. I added some wool in there, but I think it just really made it actually blend in a little more versus if I tried to just do that. I don't know. I was running into a problem where it was just looking too flat. The concrete has like no texture to it. So it's nice. It's really good at conveying color, obviously, but like the no texture just makes it look very flat. So that's why I did what I did. Anyway, I also put in a little preview of what the furnace is going to look like. So let me show you guys that. Here, I'll just throw in the whole stack. And then give it a couple seconds. Oops, I had a little brain fart there. I forgot I had put blast furnaces down here. Let's try that again. So you take some actual ore this time. Give it a couple seconds and boom. Here comes out your gold. So yeah, this is kind of a little preview. Obviously, I want to expand it. I think I will keep it as blast furnaces because it's a forge. But I might do something where we have a couple of furnaces up here. Here's the inside of the first level, by the way. I'm thinking maybe, so I have blast furnaces down there. I'll have maybe regular furnaces here, and then like campfire up here. Oops. Come on now. Okay. Yeah, maybe have some campfires up here. And it's all the same chimney, which is pretty cool. And then this is the top building here. I don't have it fully laid out yet, but this is kind of what it's looking like. I need to tidy this up a little bit. I haven't done too much interior work, as you can see. But we'll get there, we'll get there. Now, this wasn't supposed to be an every episode thing, but since this episode has taken me a little bit longer than usual, Dream has found where we hid the skull from last episode, and I thought I'd show you guys as well. It was hidden in the glow squid pool. I thought it was a pretty creative spot for it, but because he found it, now we gotta find a new spot for it. And I'm looking around. I'm trying to find a good spot. And yeah, I mean, go ahead and write down your opinions. Where do you think some good spots would be? Maybe I'll for a future episode I'll take one of your guys' advice. But for now, I think I have an idea. But obviously, I can't show it on the episode. But I think this would be kind of a cool little ongoing thing. Every time he finds it, I'll then reveal it to you guys, and you get this a little bit of a preview, even though you guys don't really know where it is either. But you know I'm up to some stuff. You know I'm up to some shenanigans. Anyway, let me get to it. Well, this is kind of anticlimactic. Apparently he's already found the skull. I just went over there and it was gone. So now I don't know where it is. Little bit of a reversal, I guess. I put it in a new area where he's working in, which was probably not the smartest because he's, actively working in there. But I thought it was fun nonetheless. But I will show you guys that probably the next episode because I don't want to spoil what he's building. He's building something cool over there. I went ahead and I worked on this forge a little bit. Let me show you. We throw in the stuff here. It gets sent down. I kind of expanded it, but it gets sent down this whole long line. Boom, boom, boom. I did this to avoid the noise of the minecart. I don't really like the minecart noises, so I kind of did this to be kind of quiet. And then maybe add my own like forge, like bubbling or lava kind of noises maybe. But anyway, it goes all the way down here. I have 8 hoppers hooked up, and then they get sent up a water stream and into here. Very cool. I was trying to avoid using a minecart system just because, one, like I said, they're noisy, but two, I have a big plan for a minecart system over in the industrial area, but I don't know. I was experimenting, and I wanted to use the chest boat design. I wanted to see if I could get that design to work. But just with the way hoppers work, I couldn't get it to fill the chest boat fast enough. Like you would need 8 inputs, and then I would need, there's a whole lot of stuff in there. Just the way how like hoppers work and how it splits stuff, like it just didn't work out very well technically wise, or at least to my knowledge. I'm sure some people can do it and they're very smart, but I couldn't figure it out. So I went with the classic design, and yeah, it's working out pretty good. The next thing I wanted to do was actually hook up a fuel line. And I thought that would be kind of cool if we could hook it up in here somewhere. Like maybe have like a chest peeking out here. Or I don't know, maybe another hopper minecart that just goes down. Have that come down and feed this line here. So this is kind of where my fuel is now. I'm using sticks. I've gone through quite a bit of fuel in the testing stage. Plus it's sticks, it doesn't burn that much. But yeah, it'd be nice to just have it go automatically to here. And then I know there's a couple different types of like auto fuel stuff, which may be cool, but I was thinking more of a manual kind of thing, just because we get a lot of sticks from at the tree farm. And like I said, I want the big technical project to be over in the industrial area. I don't want to spend like this whole time making a farm and then doing it again at the industrial. I'd rather save the big guns for over there, if you guys get what I'm saying. But maybe something small, I don't know. I'll look at it. I mean, I have plenty of kelp growing at my base. I guess a little follow-up from this place. This place has been overgrowing. I have to come in here. I have to harvest the mushrooms on like a daily basis. Like, look at all these mushrooms I got. Look at all these pumpkins and melons I got. Look at all this kelp. I converted a bunch of this. I'm running off kelp up there. Look at all this sugarcane I got. And the bamboo is the worst one. This thing's probably full again. Yep. This one, it just keeps running. I'm never out of bamboo. It just keeps going and going and going. It's great. It's great. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. It's just, boom, I have all this stuff just ready to go. And I should do something with that. But maybe we'll take something like that, bring it over to the fuel. But I think that's the next step here. I want to set up a fuel line. I'm going back and forth on whether or not to do the interiors today. I don't have a master plan for them. Maybe I'll do some work. Like I was thinking, like I talked about before, putting some smokers here or regular furnaces or something. And then putting like, campfires up here, something like that. I think I still want to do that. But other than that, I don't really have a ton of plans. I did put in some lighting here. I think it looks kind of good. Because I kept having mobs spawn up top. And I have a couple torches still. I don't know what to do with those. I had to have a couple torches. But it's pretty minimal. And then the sea lanterns kind of fit in, although that one is off by one for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Or the other two are off. I just noticed that. On second thought, I'm actually going to make a little bamboo thing here. After seeing how much that one farm has produced, I'm like, okay, I can fit a little something small in here and be good for a while. And then maybe I'll still have a manual input too, but it just seems so easy to hook up like 8 bamboo and then you're just set for bamboo, you know? Especially with how often this area is loaded, it's like, I don't know. It just seems silly not to do something like that. So I'm going to put a little one in right in this kind of area. In case any of you guys are wondering how to build one of these farms, I don't know if I showed it off in the other video. I'm going to do it a little differently, I think. But it should just be as easy as this. I just need a little bit of redstone, which of course I left over here. Another little tip is I like to carry ender pearls on me in case I get in a little tight situation. I don't want to break stuff. You could run them all along here to get like the best efficiency, but I like to save on my observers. Okay, I guess this doesn't work. We'll try something new. I got it set up now. I thought I could save a little bit. Or wire it a little differently because of the way kelp works, but I guess bamboo's different. So what I ended up doing was just this, and then having some redstone up here. And I might have a couple, maybe I'll add like another observer just to make it a little faster. But it's not too bad a deal. And then we're going to try the water thing here. And hopefully not a lot gets stuck on the blocks. Otherwise, we'll just do a line of hoppers or something. One of the things I actually want to do is start carrying around ice as like portable water. It's kind of nice because it's like a stack of water you could have. Okay, I think I counted everything correctly. So it just goes right there. And that should work. And then it should just be able to take from there. And then I think just to speed it up a little, I'll throw in a couple more observers. So yeah, quite a bit actually does get stuck up here, so maybe it'd be better to try out a different solution. I don't really want a whole bunch going to waste. And there we have it. We have our bamboo all hooked up here. We got about a stack in 17 already. And if we need to add more, maybe we'll add more. But I still want to do a manual line, but I think we'll save that for another time just because that's easier. And I think the most of the fuel is probably going to come from here. Let's clean up, get out of here. Okay, so here's this first one here, just a little bit of a smoker and then kind of a hidden chest there. Maybe like that little secret chest there too. Maybe I'll tweak with that one a little bit. But yeah, so this would be kind of like the kitchen. Maybe I'll design a little kitchen in here. I'm kind of coming together as I go here. Kitchen, and then maybe like a little bit of a dining thing here, like a table, and then I'm not really sure over here. But this will be like, that's what this floor will be. And then upstairs, I think we'll just have some campfires. I don't think you can do this, right? You can't. I don't think this works. But we're going to try it anyway. Yep, they just pop off. Uh-oh. Wait, the other two went in there. Hold up a minute. Wait just a second. Wait, so it does work? Well, we're going to keep it there anyway. I know you can't do this, right? I always keep fish on me in case I run into like cats I want to tame or ocelots. I'm trying to. I don't think I've ever tamed an ocelot. That's like the next one. But you can't even really tame it, right? Oh, and that wasn't even what I was trying to test either. Shoot. Test if you could do this. Oh, okay, those all went in there. But then you can't do a hopper. Okay. Interesting. Wow. The more you know. I'm learning just everything today. To finish my thoughts about this upstairs, this is going to be like the bedroom, I think. Bedroom, maybe an observation area, like I was thinking here. Maybe even like a telescope or something would be kind of cool, because these windows are pretty big. I don't know what else I would put up here. Bedroom, maybe bathroom? I don't know. Bathroom upstairs? I don't know. Might be a lot. And then downstairs, in this room, this is going to be like the work area. So I'm going to have like an anvil, some anvils. I'm going to have like some stuff along the walls here. I'm going to have like armor stands with like maybe partly suited armor. And maybe some like different trims and stuff. And then, oh yeah, that kind of workbench, the smithing table will be in here. All that kind of stuff will be in here. This kind of reminds me too, so I talked about I wanted to have some sounds. I kind of like the campfire sound. Oh. Like, what if we did like, if we just put some campfires here? Yeah, I kind of like that. And then maybe I'll put lava in one of them, or two of them. I actually don't even mind that, too. It's like a little bit of smoke here, too. I don't really love it on that side, but it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Let me know what you guys think. I like the sounds, though. It's kind of a vanilla way to get sounds. You know, we have some fancy stuff with like audio discs and stuff like that. We can add sounds, but I kind of like this vanilla way. Let me grab a bucket of lava too. I actually really like that. I like that sound. I like that. That's cool. So does lava have like an ambient effect? Ambient sound? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Water. I can hear water coming up here. Oh yeah, that's good. I don't like the water noise, unfortunately, but what can you do? I need it for my system. I could do a glass elevator. Maybe. I haven't messed around with glass elevators in a long time. I don't even know how they work really nowadays, if they work. But it used to be a big thing for water. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that little bit of noise. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I never know if my gaming audio is good or not. It seems quiet, but I kind of play quiet. But I got everything boosted on here, but on my actual computer, it's quiet. But anyway, okay, there's that. Awesome. So we got kind of started here a little bit. So the goal is to have like the villagers, you know, here, basically. And if I want to trade with some clerics, I go to the cathedral. You know, if I want to go to some librarians, I go to the library. I almost said library. Which we don't have any here yet. We had to move them over. We're a little bit slacking on it, but you know, if I want to trade with librarians, I go here. If I want to trade with masons, I go to the mason area. And then I'm supposed to have certain ones there too, like butcher, tanner, all that kind of roles. Yeah, it seems like I'll have to run over the details with Dream a little bit more. All I know is that the tool worker, the weaponsmith, and the armor smith are all going to mine, and probably the Fletcher too. Are all going to mine. And then here, I don't know. I'm trying to think what was supposed to be here. I think it was supposed to be like the country bar kind of thing. There was going to be the farmer, the tanner, the leather worker. They were all going to be here kind of just hanging out after work, I guess. Because they're not actually doing their work, which would be kind of cool if they did, like had a little bit, but then they would roam off and stuff. So I don't know. It's a give and take. I think that's kind of was the goal here, though, was it was going to be those kind of roles, the country roles, the good old country, the shepherd, the leather worker, all those guys were going to be in there kind of sharing a drink after work, after a hard day's work. So I think that was kind of the goal. With that being said, I think we are about out of time here. I didn't get everything I wanted to do today done, but I got quite a bit done. We got the furnace in place. We built this nice structure here, this beautiful structure with a beautiful roof. And yeah, we even got a little bamboo farm down there as well. But I have one last question to ask you guys before we end the episode. And it's, what should I do with the old one? I kind of have sentimental value just because it's been here for a while. But honestly, I would be okay taking it down. Or maybe even doing a more creative way of taking it down. But let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do, and I'll be looking, and I'll be thinking about it too. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But thanks for watching, everybody. I know this video came out late. I had a lot going on. I was sick for like the first 2 weeks of yada yada yada. You don't want to hear all my excuses. Anyway, I appreciate you guys all for watching. I can't wait to get the next video out to you guys. I got big plans. I hope to see you all soon. Peace out.